What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and today we're going to be doing a spread for all my Aries Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of March 21st and April 19th, and you are an Aries Sun sign, and this video is for you. We're going to be looking at the month ahead for all my Aries friends. Yes, guys, the month ahead is full of potential and pitfalls, and this spread's going to help us avoid the pitfalls and maximize our potential, or your potential, because I'm not an Aries, but it's going to maximize your potential and give us a glimpse into your next month and what you can expect and how you can fix anything that you don't want to happen, basically. And this is going to be a general overview spread, so it's not everything in this spread is not going to apply to all of you, but it'll give you a good idea. But if you want a more specific spread tailored just for you, then head on over to my Etsy shop and check out the readings that I offer there. You can get a personalized reading just for you, where I tap into your specific energy, get your own video out of it. So I hope you guys go check out my Etsy shop. Link is in the description. Alright, so I'm going to be using the Llewellyn Tarot today. And the Llewellyn Tarot is a great tarot deck. It's kind of cartoony, makes things light. And I'm going to be asking the tarot the question, what can Aries sun signs expect in the month of May? So give me a moment to center myself and ask the cards the question and shuffle them up, and we will lay these cards out. Alright, I'm ready. Let me just do a few more. I just shuffled to my intuition says so. So I'm almost there. That'll do it. Okay, let me cut the deck and get this show on the road. This is an 8-card spread. Oh, I don't read reversal, so let's fix that. Alright, here we go. We got us a spread going on here. Let me just take a second to get an overview of what kind of cards we got here. We've got one major arcana, a couple of court cards. So, interesting. Alright, let's get right on into it. The first card we're going to look at is last month's energies. These are the energies that you may or may not have experienced in April. And we have the Seven of Swords. Very interesting. I'm getting the overall sense that in April, Aries, you guys had there's some deception going on. I don't know if it was you or those around you, but I get the feeling that there was some dishonesty in your energetic fields, and it was probably the predominant theme of the month. So maybe you guys had some friends who weren't honest with you, or some employers who weren't honest with you, or perhaps you weren't being honest with your friends and family, or your employers, or even with yourself. I'm getting the sense of both of these things as a possibility. Some of you may have been lied to, others may have been doing the lying. I don't know. Only you can say for sure how this card applies to you, but I'm getting the sense of deception and untruthfulness. Those are two different things, I think. And yeah, so I get the feeling that April might have been a confusing time for a lot of you, and you want to progress forward, but there was something stopping you, and it was probably something that was a little bit deceiving, is the sense I'm getting for the energy of April. So we'll take that into consideration as we look at this second card here. This card represents the current energies, and we have the Five of Pentacles. And now I'm getting the sense of hardship. I think a lot of you are going through tough times at this moment. It might have been a result of the deception that you experienced in April. But right now, at the end of April here, I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you are kind of feeling left out in the cold, so to speak. You're feeling kind of maybe not alone necessarily, but kind of betrayed in a way, and you're feeling kind of down and on your luck maybe for a lot of you. Again, this is not going to apply to all of you, but I'm getting this overall sense that the overall feeling of Aries is one of kind of disappointment, and maybe for some of you this could be a trying time financially. For others of you, it could be a trying time for your health. I'm getting the feeling of just obstacles in your way. But it's important to remember that you're not alone in these obstacles. As you can see here with the couple, you know, they're cast out in the cold and they have nowhere to go, and they're hungry and they're injured, but at least they have each other, right? And they have a friend through all of this. So Aries, you guys make a lot of friends, generally speaking. So, I mean, turn on your friends at this trying time, and hopefully they can offer you some support and get you through what you're going through right now, remembering that it's just a cycle. It's just a phase of a cycle. So this card here represents next month's energies. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, I'm getting the feeling that something is going to change definitely in the next month. I'm getting the feeling that May might be a time for new projects or new jobs, a new way to be creative, maybe new diets for some of you. I think you guys are going to come out of this trying time and you're going to be looking for something new, and you're going to approach it with a kind of an but inexperienced energy. You know, whenever we try new things, we're not going to be good at them in the beginning. So I'm getting the feeling that whatever new thing that you're going to try in May, you're going to have a few stumbles. You're going to be kind of inexperienced at it. So keep at it. Just realize that whatever new thing you're going to be going through in May, you're not, you know, it's going to take some time to learn, and don't expect to be perfect at it. But I'm getting the sense that something new is starting in May. It could be a job. It could be a new way for you to be creative. Maybe some of you are moving house. Just think of just physical aspects of this world and something new coming in and something starting is what I'm getting the sense of. And if it's not starting, it's like changing in a way that makes it feel new, which this card could be saying as well. So very interesting. That's your past, present, future. Now we're gonna move on over to what to hold on to in the next month in May. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so if some of you are feeling down right now, this card is asking you to remember that life is a roller coaster ride. There's ups, there's downs, there's in-betweens, and you know, you can't always be at the top of the roller coaster. You're not always going to be at the bottom of the roller coaster, so just hold on for dear life. That's basically what this card is saying. You should hold on to the openness and the flexibility that allows you to ride this roller coaster of life without getting a nosebleed, without bumping into stuff, right? And the only way you're not going to bump into stuff is if you go with the flow and realize that when you're up, you're not always going to be up, and when you're down, you're not always going to be down. Realize this is a roller coaster. Enjoy wherever you're at on the roller coaster, and that's going to be an important thing to hold on to for May. I see some volatility here, so I'm definitely going to suggest that you guys hang on and don't get discouraged because things don't go your way, and don't get overconfident or egotistical when things are going great for you. Just you know, allow what is going to come, and you'll better go with the flow, which will cause less strife in your life. This card here represents the biggest hurdle that you will face in May. We've got the Eight of Swords. Your biggest hurdle in May. In the next month, you guys are going to have a time of kind of minimizing the role negative ego thoughts play on your life. I had to choose my words carefully there. We all have these negative ego thoughts. Think of these swords that you see here as belief systems. I am not rich, or I am not successful, or, you know, I don't have a family, you know, whatever. These are bad examples, but you get the idea. These thoughts that we tell ourselves over and over, we tell ourselves these things so much because they've been ingrained in us that we tell it to ourselves so much that it becomes true and it becomes our own prison. So I see the Eight of Swords as us creating our own prisons for ourselves, using our ego minds. And our ego minds likes to put things in boxes, and it likes to put our life in boxes. And if we get in a box and we crawl in that box, it's very hard to get out of it because, you know, the ego will close that box behind us, and we can't see what's outside the box anymore. I got analogies. That's a metaphor. But you get what I'm trying to say. These ego thoughts are holding us back, and we are our own captors when our ego thoughts enslave us. So the biggest challenge you're going to have in May, I get the feeling, is controlling your ego mind and not letting it get the best of you, not letting it run rampant or take the lead. You know, live from a heart-based perspective, and your ego mind will be minimized. And that's going to be something that you're going to have to struggle with in the next month, but it's nothing you can't handle, basically. That's what that card is telling me. Let's move on over to What to let go of? We got the King of Cups. This is an interesting card. Give me a second to just sit with this card. Okay, this card is telling me that you need to let go of being over emotional. If things are going bad, we'll let our emotions chime in and get the best of us, and then we're really, that combined with our ego thoughts really can create despair and create worry and fear and doubt. So I think this card is saying don't allow your emotions to take the driver's seat either. What we need in this life is a healthy balance of ego and heart-based living. So I think this card, especially in the month of May, is asking you guys to not be over emotional. Control your emotions, be in charge of your emotions, and don't let them get the best of you when especially when you're having negative emotions, because they're just going to bring you down. And it's not to say that you shouldn't have them, you shouldn't feel them, but don't let them be in charge. Don't let them take over. Process your emotions as they come to you, and don't act out because of your emotions. Take it more like an adult. You know what I mean? Not an adult, but a full spectrum human will analyze the emotions they're having, figure out what the emotions are trying to tell them about their life, and then make the changes accordingly that they feel like they need to make. So definitely in the month of May, I would suggest to Aries, you guys just be in control of your emotions, handle them in a very mature way, and I think things will be great for you. All right. This card here represents the people around you. We've got the Six of Cups. I'm getting the feeling of people from your past coming back a little bit. That's the gist I'm getting from this card, is people coming into your life that you may have not seen in a while, or you may not have talked to, or if that's not the case, then I'm also getting the sense that some of the friendships you have will be kind of renewed, and you'll see them in a different light. The Six of Cups is all about nostalgia and thinking about childhood in a sense, and but the thing my intuition is telling me right now is that a lot of you are going to rekindle old relationships. And again, this is not going to be true for all of you, but overall, a lot of the Aries Sun signs are probably likely to feel this way about old friends. And I don't know if they're going to be coming to you, if you're going to be going to them, but either way, it's a great opportunity to reconnect and show that person how much you've changed, and see how much they've changed, and see if you guys still mesh together at a level that would allow a friendship. So that's a great opportunity on the horizon, the Six of Cups. But overall, I get the sense that the people around you are going to be pretty friendly. If this doesn't represent a rekindled friendship, I get the sense that it's going to be kind of a young, friendly, loving energy around you. So the people around you seem like they're golden. Okay, this last card here represents the biggest lesson you're set to learn in May. We have the Three of Swords. This card is about heartbreak. It's about betrayal. It's about the emotions again being kind of destroyed by the ego mind. Is what the sense I'm getting here. So what this card is telling me is that I think some of you are headed down a path of betrayal, of someone hurting you in some way. And your lesson's going to be not allowing your emotions and your ego to take over. I think you guys are going to have to focus on balance in this next month and keeping things even-keeled, not going too far into the ego mind, not going too far into the heart, but allowing both of them to have their say equally, and using logic and using emotions to make decisions rather than one or the other. It should be a combination of both. But I think the biggest lesson, you guys, is that when heartache comes, when betrayal comes, it's going to come for all of us. But if it does come this month, it's going to be difficult for you, but that's what it's there for. The most difficult challenges in this life are the ones where you learn the most. So I get the sense now that overall, I think you guys are going through some stuff. I think there was a time of betrayal. Maybe some lying happened to you. Maybe some friends kind of hurt you in some way. And now you feel really hurt, kind of alone, though not necessarily alone, but you're kind of cast out in the cold. That feeling of just being out of the loop and not having what you want. And I get the feeling that a lot of you are going through that right now, but never fear. Something new is coming in May, and it's a new opportunity to start a new project, or, not even necessarily new, but so you're going to have a renewed vigor. You're going to get out of a stupor if you are in one. You're going to, raise your vibration in May. May I see is a more positive time in your lives. What to hold on to is the flexibility of, whatever comes, and not basing your happiness on your external world. That's something important I think this card is trying to say. Be happy internally, and whatever happens externally has no effect on you. I mean, I can't say it any other way than that. That's the truest thing I've ever said. Let's see here. Over here we have the biggest hurdle, and it's going to be yourself. You guys are going to be your own biggest hurdle in the next month. In May, you really need to pay attention to your ego thoughts and not let them get control. But that goes for the same for your emotions. What you need to let go of is just being overly emotional, just living in your emotional space. And you guys need to use logic and emotions together to make your decisions and to guide you in this life. And the people around you are going to be happy. I think we're going to have some old energy coming back into your lives for a lot of you. If that's not the case, and I think you're going to have your relationships going to change a little bit and feel a little bit younger, more youthful. Spring here, everyone's feeling a little happier, right? And so I get the sense of returning to kind of a more younger and youthful energy. But overall, I think the biggest lesson to be learned here this month is to be able to handle betrayal, handle hardships, and I think this signals that relationships generally for a lot of you, some relationship may see some roadblocks or some speed bumps, so to speak. So don't let those get the best of you. Remember to be even keeled in May, and don't go one way or the other. I know I've said this 3 times, but I'm trying to hammer this point home. Don't go one way or other into the mind or to the hearts. Try to stay balanced. All right, that is my month ahead spread for Aries sun signs in the month of May. I hope you guys got something out of that. Remember, if you want a personalized reading just for you, where I tap into your energies, and head on over to my Etsy shop. I've got several readings over there you can choose from, and I hope you guys will take advantage of that. And link is in the description for that. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys got something out of it. Leave a like if you did. Put some comments in the comment section if you want to say how this reading affected you. Thank you for watching. Happy taroting. Peace.